Hi, my name is Miss Amy. I'm one of the children's librarians here at Monroe County Public Library, and today we're going to make a gumball ornament out of some pretty cheap, inexpensive items that you can pick up at any hobby store. And right now, I think most grocery stores have some sort of seasonal section where a lot of the stuff is at. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and go over the supplies that you're going to be using, and then kind of plug some of my favorite books that are loosely themed with today's craft. So the first supply is to have a empty plastic ornament, and they're in two different sizes here, just because I don't know personally yet. I'm gonna experiment a little bit if the bigger one looks a little bit better or the smaller one looks better once we get all the steps done. So you don't need to, this is just kind of for reference. So you can kind of eyeball it at the hobby store, grocery store, what one you want. The other version of this, instead of using clay terracotta planters, is to reuse, if you have K-cups, hollow those out, and then you can paint the outside. It's just, I think these are easily, the paint goes, covers it a little bit easier than the K-cups because they're plastic. And I don't know if the paint is going to stick as well as it would on terracotta or clay. So, plastic bulb ornament, some sort of thing for your gumball to be glued to. Let's see, kind of going to eyeball it right now. I think the bigger one, yeah, definitely the bigger one. So this is a 4-inch one, I believe, and this one's like a 2-inch. So the 4-inch is going to look better, in my opinion, for what we're going for. So I'm going to take this and move it out of the way. The next bit of supplies that you'll need is either, well, some sort of color that you want your base, your metal, quote-unquote metal base to be. So I chose red. And then black or silver or something to kind of color the little bit, the opening of the gumball, where the gumball would drop through. So I just chose black. And then I of course have a brush, 2 different ones since I'm going to be using 2 different colors, something to put my paint on, and then this is something that I can put my clay pot on to paint, kind of spread the mess out, spread the love a little bit. The next supplies that I have are these pom-poms. You can get these at most hobby stores. I originally wanted to get like the 5mm ones, which are teeny, 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 tiny, but the hobby store that I went to didn't have the multicolored ones that I was looking for, so I had to kind of splurge a little bit and get the next size up, which are whatever size these are. Let's see, 19mm. And I thought it would kind of look more festive if I got something that had a little bit of sparkle to them. So, which is why I have these right here. I tried to get all the primary colors. They didn't have pink, which I was kind of bummed at. Otherwise, I would have thrown that in there. So all those together, plus off screen, I have some hot glue gun with a glue stick going. So that'll be kind of, once everything's said and done, you'll glue your ornament to the clay pot. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first step I think I'm going to do is probably my clay pot, or whatever your base is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and paint this so that while I'm doing the other stuff, I'll have this set over on the side and drying. So let's move this out of the way. I'm going to use this as my little stand for now. Okay, so I'm going to get red paint. Just got to shake it up a little bit. This has not been used in a while. Okay, and then I'm going to pour just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. I mean, the clay pot that I'm using is only like 4 inches, so I don't need a lot. And I'm going to attempt to screw this back on. Oh my lord. Okay. the rim here, and my glue gun is kind of off screen just because I didn't want it to accidentally glue my hand to the pan here. So let's see if I can do this without ruining absolutely everything. It is pretty enough for a quick craft, little festive. Again, if you wanted to make a tree ornament, I would probably stay away with using terracotta. It's a little bit too heavy in my, well, yeah, it would be too heavy. So like on the fireplace, you could do this. You could fill it with other things other than pom-pom. I've seen something like some tutorials that use sprinkles, but in my opinion, if you want to kind of keep these and store these after the holidays, and sprinkles in storage, especially like up in attics where stuff like this is normally kept, I don't know, I would be just terrified that bugs or something would get in. So hence the pom-poms, nothing edible, nothing sugary. Oh, see, I didn't make it strong enough. Always something goes wrong. I think my last craft tutorial thing, I had my flamingo started floating on the top of the water. There we go. And then, voila, I might also go around the base here just to make sure it's extra sturdy. I know you all can do better than me, but my whole vibe right now with this whole thing is that it's like a nailed it project. Didn't turn out fantastic on my end, but I know this could be really, really cute. I think I deserve cookies after this. Yeah, I'm just trying to rescue my mistakes here. And again, the whole thing where you keep messing with it, and it gets worse and worse. Okay. If you don't look too closely and you kind of squint at it, it looks pretty cute. What can I do to save this? I think, ooh, okay. Okay. There we go. I am covering up my mistakes with pom-poms. And this is just not wanting to stick, so this is a learning process for all of us. Here. Pinterest, you lied. Okay. I'm still gonna post this. Okay. This is real life, alright? Crafting is not something that's simple sometimes or easy, but it really is fun. And you make mistakes along the way. Okay, so what I'm going to attempt to do here is glue pom-poms kind of around the edge here. This is kind of on the fly. To kind of cover up the fact that it's more like a funnel on the base than I wanted it to be. And then also it'll have help the glue actually stick to something. a little bit better. And one more, oh, right there. Maybe two more. Oop. Okay, yeah, that looks cute enough. I think I might have saved that part of it. And then I'll go over it with the Sharpie later. But I want to hurry so that I have time to show you some books. Let's put another glue stick. Should not take this many glue sticks, Amy. I wish that we could show you all the bloopers that go into making videos like this. Oh, beautiful. Okay, Monroe County kids, I know you can do better than what I just did. You know you're more creative. But this is definitely a craft that I would do with cookies. Kind of already live with social distancing and everything. You can't really go visiting too much. Okay, I'm gonna quit picking at it. There is your beautiful Gumball ornament. So with the crafting and paint-filled hands and covered hands, I wanted to plug a couple different things. So this is the physical book that I'm going to plug. So it's the Craftly Ever After series by Martha Maker, and it's illustrated by Cindy Yan. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but this is a really cool. They have different characters in every book. This is the first chapter book, so this is really good for beginner readers that are getting up to like the bigger chapter books. But it's all to do with crafting. So if you like crafting, this is the series for you. It's a pretty small series right now. The first one is called the Unfriendship Bracelet. The second one is Making the Band. So this has everything to do with the arts and music. And it gives you, I'll open it up here. It gives you some crafting tips along the way, which is really, really cool. So this one is called the Friendship Bracelet. It actually shows you how to make a friendship bracelet and some other things as well in here. This one, Making the Band, and I think there are a few more after this. This is just the ones that we have on the shelf as at the time of this video. So this one teaches you how to make a serial guitar box. So each one is really, really cool. I love them. They're really easy and just kind of give you what the words look like. So there's lots of illustrations in here to give your eyes a break. But they're in little bite-sized chapters. So that is the physical one that I'm going to plug. The other thing, I'm going to share my screen here. And we're going to go to Hoopla. Keep plugging that. So Hoopla is really, really cool. It's an e-resource that you all have as members of Monroe County Public Library have access to. So up here, I've already signed in with my card or my username, password. Up here, it's just like a regular catalog. So I already searched for crafting, so that's why that's right there. So I'm going to click enter. And it has 481 results, but I just want to do kids crafts. And then we have 172 crafting books on this on Hoopla alone. So they have everything from leaf crafts to glass blowing, to different holiday themed crafts to, I know there's winter ones. Right here. Creating winter crafts, which would be really good. And these are instantly available. There is no wait for these. So if you can see it, you can borrow it right then and there. And there is no due date. Well, there is a due date, but it comes off of your account automatically. With Hoopla, you do only get 12 downloads a month right now. So just keep that in mind and kind of go crazy with crafting. So Thank you for joining me and sticking with me through my mistakes, my hot glue and my hot mess mistakes here. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.